You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitches say.
Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Fitz back with yet another video. And today, I'm coming at y'all with the best big man build on current gen. And when I'm saying the best big man build, I'm saying the best inside. Because in my opinion, the best big man build actually will be the shooting big man. But we gonna go over that later. We really more talking about the inside big man for today. Now, if you guys want that video of me going over the best shooting big man, I can do that, but y'all gotta like the video, y'all gotta subscribe if you're new, get all that good stuff out the way, and I got y'all. But yeah, like I said in the video yesterday, I got some very special coming Sunday. This is gonna be the last video I drop before we get into what's going on and what's starting on Sunday. Y'all don't want to miss it. Shout out to all the people that's been loyal to the channel since 2K22 dropped. I appreciate y'all, but we going to a whole nother level. We gotta get on this grind for real to get on to these bigger and better things. But yeah, today I'm gonna be going over the best inside big man on NBA 2K22 current gen. And 2K, this is actually gonna be the first time I make a video since they patched it. They destroyed a lot of my builds, so I'm gonna have to go in the lab and remake a lot of those builds to make them better than what they are. Hopefully 2K does do a refund. If you're watching this, please do a refund. But I got a secret for y'all boys. Last year when I did the VC glitch and the badge glitch, that was because I thought the game was bad. This video gets 500 likes, I would drop a VC and badge glitch because 2K want to scam. I don't do glitches unless it's for a reason. And I feel like we got a decent reason to actually do it. So if y'all want that, y'all gotta get this video to 500 likes. That's all I'm asking. I ain't asking for a rack. I ain't asking for 2K. But yeah, y'all get 500, that will come. It's that simple. So yeah, if y'all want it, get it. Let's go! Alright, so let's hop into the build. So 2K actually gave us a brand new build system on current gen. Cap. They really just pretty much changed height, weight, wingspan to change how badges work. But the funniest part about it is it doesn't even show you what it's doing to the badges until you start to actually take it to my career or test the build. So we're gonna have to work with this and just try to figure it. But bear with me, these builds are not gonna be really what we want them to fully be right now. Later on, when we figure out how the height, weight, wingspan alters these things, we can really go into detail. But this build, this really didn't get changed too much by the patch, so this is still really one of the best big man builds in the game, and in my opinion, it's the best inside big in the game. So I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to make it. So let's hop into it. So let's hop into the power forward position. Hand number, y'all know what we gonna go with every single time. It's that simple. I don't even need to say too much. Then when it comes to the pie chart, now this is going to be the pie chart that we're choosing. Is going to be for the attributes and for the Hall of Fame badge. We're going to go down here and go to the defensive pie chart. Now, there are some interesting defensive pie charts. You can go with a defensive finishing and defensive, which is actually an amazing pie chart. It's probably the second best inside pie chart. But yeah, we're going to go with the all red. Then when it comes to the physical, we're going to go with the speed vert, or all around. Now, I'm going to actually show you guys multiple versions of how to make it. But for the first version, I'm gonna go with the speed vert. Now, this is not the best version. I'm gonna show you guys another version that's gonna be pretty much all around, which is crazy. But I want to show y'all this one for context. Now, when it comes to the attributes, we're gonna end up with this max, close shot, driving dunk. We're gonna come back to the driving layup, pass accuracy and post control, max, ball handle. We're gonna come back to that. Interior defense, perimeter defense, lateral quickness, steal, block, offensive rebound, defensive rebound, all maxed. Then when it comes to the driving layup, we're going to raise this up to a 62. Then when it comes to the ball handle, we're going to raise this up to be able to get 6 playmaking. So we have 16, 1, 6, and 30. Now, like I said, when it comes to the height, weight, wingspan, these things start to change. So we're going to hop into that. But you got to realize, 16, 1, 6, and 30, it's not going to change too much from the height, weight, wingspan because we're not going to change too much. But yeah, 16, 1, 6, and 30. Make sure that you remember this. So yeah, we're gonna go over the badge setups for this build later, but like I said, make sure you keep in touch with what we got going on right now. So body's height. This is where you're gonna pretty much get your body and all that. It don't really matter too much, but you can go with built to Burley. I go with built to Burley on every big man. I advise or recommend going with built to Burley every single time. A lot of times I go built, I'm gonna go Burley. Height. I like to go a little bit different on my height, weight, wingspan on my big man builds, especially. I'm gonna go more in detail on a metric system video later in the future, so stay tuned for that. But just know we're gonna go pretty much down to 2.02. I feel like 2.02 is the wave. Last year I was on that 2.04 wave, where 2.03 is like the real wave for everybody. That's 6'8". I like going a notch above last year. This year I like going a notch below because I feel like speed is just so important. So yeah, I'm gonna go 2.02 meters. Then when it comes to the weight, we're gonna lower the weight on this one because we wanna get our speed, acceleration, and vertical as high as possible. It's just that simple. So yeah, just that simple. So yeah, we're gonna be getting our perimeter defense up, our line quickness up, our driving dunk up, our driving layup up, all going up on this build. Then when it comes to the wingspan, we're gonna max out the wingspan. So yeah, that's gonna be making our build crazy. Max wingspan is gonna give us close shot, driving dunk, standing dunk, perimeter defense, lateral quickness, steal, block, offensive rebound, and defensive rebound. So yeah, this is what the build gonna look like at 95 with the pie charts that I showed y'all from earlier, and the wingspan and the weight and all that. So yeah, this is what it's gonna look like at 95. But when it comes to being at 99, you can get this all the way from +1 at 96, +2 at 97, +3 at 98, and +4 at 99. So when it comes to being +4 at 99, everything is going to be a +4. So you're going to be able to get a 90+ block, a 90+ offensive rebound. You already have a 90 perimeter defense, lateral quickness, steal, and defensive rebound. So you're going to be already at the max tier, or not the max, but the second highest tier for all that. Only other tier you could be at is 99. None of that is reaching 99, but you're damn near there. Interior defense is going to be at a 70, so that's at a really good rating, I would say. But then when it comes to the speed, acceleration, and vertical, you want to get that up +4, but you can also get another +4 on it from Gym Rat, so that's +8. So you can get 93 speed, a 91 acceleration, and a 99 vertical on this build. You pretty much have guard stats on a big man build. So yeah. Then when it comes to the close shot, that's going to be at a 90+. Standing dunk is almost 99, but it's at a 97. It was already at the 90+ threshold, so you're straight on that. But the real crazy thing about this build is it gets a 70 layup. So now you have the ability to get the long athlete layup package, which is really big. And this build actually has the ability to get all the contact dunks, whether it's the elite and pro big man contact dunks, or it's the elite and pro regular contact dunks, because you have a 92+ driving dunk. So yeah, you reach all the thresholds to get every single contact dunk in this game. Now the only thing you don't be able to get, actually, let me walk back on that statement. You don't actually be able to get the big man contact dunks because, again, this year you have to be 6'10" and up to be able to get the big man. So my bad on that, but yeah, you have to be 6'10" and up to get the big man contact dunks. But when it comes to the regular contact dunks, which I know a lot of people really want, you're gonna be able to actually be able to get those. So yeah. Then when it comes to the takeovers, you have Glass Cleaner and Rim Protector. You actually will be able to get the slasher takeover if you want to go down more in height and be even faster. But yeah, I feel like slasher takeover is the best takeover for big men. That's just me though. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Glass Cleaner takeover, and the build comes out as a Glass Cleaner finisher. So yeah, that's pretty much the build with the speed vert. But let me show y'all what pretty much the all-around pie chart look like. Alright, so going over pretty much all the way back to the physical profile, we're gonna go with the all-balanced pie chart. Attributes is all gonna be the same. So close shot max, standing dunk and driving dunk max. We got a 62 driving layup. Again, like I said, everything on this is gonna be the same. Literally everything. Interior defense, perimeter defense, lateral quickness, steal, block, offensive rebound, defensive rebound, all max, and put the rest on your ball handle 16, 1, 6, and 30. Keep that in mind. Body type is completely up to you. Yet again, height, going with the same height, 2.02. Wait, we're not gonna go lower on this one. Instead, we're gonna go higher. We want to go higher. It's that simple. There's a lot of things that's gonna be changing on this build when it comes to the weight and wingspan. Instead of the speed going up, acceleration going up, your vertical going up, your strength is going up, but your speed barely moves. Your acceleration barely moves. Your perimeter defense, instead of going up, goes down, but it barely moves. A lot of quickness goes down instead of going up, but it barely moves. Driving layup goes down instead of going up, but it barely moves. So yeah. But then when it comes to the wingspan, you max out the wingspan again, and yeah, you pretty much get the same block rating, same offensive rebound, same defensive rebound, same steal, same driving dunk. The only difference is instead of having a 90 already, you're going to have a 88 on perimeter defense and lateral quickness, but you still be able to get those up to above a 90. But now the biggest difference is you're not going to have the ability to have 99 strength. You're going to have the ability to have an 88 interior defense. I really wanted that to get to a 90+ threshold. Maybe if you don't go 2.02, you can, but that's going to make your speed lower. That's going to make your perimeter defense lower, your lateral quickness lower, which is why we're making it at this height. So don't do that. But yeah, when it comes to the driving dunk, instead of that being a 89, it's now 88. You get that to 99. You get the build to 99. You're going to be able to, again, have all the contact dunks, whether you're talking about the elite and pro. You're not going to be able to have the big man. Again, you're not 6'10", so you're not going to be able to have that. But yeah, you're going to have that 90 plus, close shot again, standing up, still going to be what it is. But yeah, when it comes to the physicals, now this is where pretty much the most changes. This is where the most changes happen. When it comes to the physicals, you're not going to have a 99 strength, like I was saying, because you're going to be able to have the ability to get 99 plus 4, and you get another plus 4 with Gym Rat Badge. So yeah, all that is going up plus 8. Instead of having a 93 speed, you now have an 83 speed. Instead of having a 91 acceleration, you have an 81 acceleration. If you feel like that 10 plus speed is that big of a deal, you got to think about it. You're going from 99 speed to like a 49 strength. Strength actually makes a huge deal on this game. When it comes to shot contests, people can just put you right under the rim and they will make it every single time. So strength is gonna be able to pretty much stop people from really putting you right under the rim in a lot of situations, and you're gonna be able to get way better contests just off having that strength. Now I know speed is at an all-time high in this game, but 83 speed on a big man build is still very, very good. And then when it comes to the vertical, you don't have a 99 vertical, but you still have a 93 vertical. So yeah, your speed, acceleration, and vertical all went down, but they went down marginally in comparison to how much strength and interior defense went up. So yeah, I pretty much like this build more. When it comes to the takeovers, you go with rim protector or glass in your takeover. I'm gonna go with glass in your takeover, and the build comes out as a versatile paint piece. So if you guys want a rare build name and a build that's pretty much all around for it inside big, go with this build. It's that simple. So yeah, let's hop into the spoof of what 2K did to the build system. So yeah, let's go ahead, test build. We're gonna hop into the bad setups. So yeah, let's show y'all boys real quick. So off the rip, like I said, remember how many badges we get? 16, 1, 6, and 30. And this was after the patch. This is not before or nothing. I didn't pre-record this. This is after the patch. So like I said, this build is one of the builds that literally didn't change at all. Now I don't know why this build didn't change at all, because you know what I'm saying, I changed the height a lot, I changed the weight a lot, I changed even the wingspan a lot. Maybe if you go with the glass clean finisher style, it might change, but from what I've seen so far, this is one of the builds, or not one of, this is pretty much the only build that I know that I made that didn't change. Maybe if I had it like where it would have more shooting, maybe then it would have less badges. But for now, this is one of those builds that just literally didn't change at all. So yeah, let's hop into it. For the finishing, you're gonna have 16 badges. You can go with a lot of these joints. So what I'm gonna go with: fast twitch, rise up, and post rise. Those are the 3 auto badges I wanna have. I feel like the layup and dunk animations are so slow that you have to have rise up. I'm gonna also go with limitless takeoff. You want fast switch and limitless takeoff just to get you the fastest animations on these layup and dunk animations. Limitless takeoff also makes you be able to go from a lot further out. But now you have 4 badges left over. You can go a lot of places. If you want to be a body because you're 99 strength, you can go back down Punisher. So you really, if you want to get real glitchy with it, you can go back down Punisher with drop stepper and post spin technician, because a lot of people on this game aren't even going to be using bat down punish, or not bat down, but post slot down. So if you want to get glitchy and have those on bronze, you don't really need it higher than that, especially if people are not using post move lockdown. Only time you really want to use it is if you're really trying to be a post scorer at all times. You're not really trying to do that at all times, so I would say just put those to bronze. Now when it comes to this last badge, you can go a lot of places. Unstrippable is an amazing badge for you. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to have a crazy ball control, so Unstrippable might be the badge you really want to go with. But what I would go with, I'm going to go with Mouse in the House, just to be able to, if I'm in a situation where I have a high advantage, I'm going to be able to make it at a really, really large percent. So you can go with Mouse in the House or Unstrippable. I know I said I was going to go with Mouse in the House, but I'm going to actually go with Unstrippable because I feel like that's just a little bit more important than Mouse in the House. I know Mouse in the House is overpowered, but I just feel like that's just a little bit more important. When it comes to the shooting, you only have one. Just go ahead, go down here and go with slippery off ball. You actually might be able to make a couple shots if you put sniper on. That's how easy shooting is in this game. I've seen people do it. So if you like that, you can. But if you're not, just go ahead, throw it on slippery off ball. For the playmaking, this is very important. Again, you really want to put the right badges on for this as well. So right here, you kind of want to go with glue hands. I know it might not make sense, but glue hands is going to pretty much make it. improve the ability to catch difficult passes and quickly put the ball on the floor. But also, a lot of people on next gen or current gen, they pretty much deal with people on 5v5 where people just play inbound so weird and they try to get an own ball steal as soon as you catch the ball. Glue hands is gonna pretty much negate the ability to pretty much do stuff like that. But if you don't feel like you really need that, Unpluckable is another great badge to put on and you'll be straight. But if you feel like you don't need that, you don't have to. Depending on what you plan though, I would probably go with Needle Threader and Bullet Passer. Those are probably the most important ones. But at the end of the day, I probably would go silver on both of those and then put on Unpluckable to some aspect because that's just important. But I feel like the most important big man badge is hands down Post Playmaker. Y'all probably don't even understand why. Y'all probably think it's only for out of the post, but you gotta go to more. There's always a view more option. Post Playmaker, when passing out of the post or after an offensive rebound, receivers are given a shot boost, and that's a real big one. If there's a badge I'm going with gold, I'm going with that one. Then when it comes to these next badges, you can go with anything. I probably would honestly, for a big man build, I probably would go with either Bullet Passer or Needle Threader. Those are things that's just gonna be effective in any situation. Personally, I probably would go with Needle Threader because a lot of the times y'all don't have the craziest passes. I probably actually should go silver with bronze Needle Threader. That's probably what I do. Then when it comes to the defensive rebound badge setup, 30 badge upgrades to go with. I just dropped the defensive badge video. If y'all guys want to see that, go watch that. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead, rebound chaser, rim protector, intimidator, chase down artist, interceptor, brick wall. We need all those badges. All those badges we need. We need all those badges, all 6. Now, me personally, I know a lot of people out there, they're box worm people. I'm not one of those people. I've never been one of those people. Never been. Maybe I throw on worm for times where I want to get around people, but I've never been one of those people that put that on. I pretty much just snag without it. I've never really needed it. I know a lot of people use Hustler. I probably would use it on silver because I'm gonna go Hall of Fame Pogo Stick. I feel like that's a really good badge. Really one of the more underrated badge. Allows players to quickly recover and go back up for another jump upon landing. This could be after an rebound, block, attempt, or even a jump shot. Very good badge, especially for an undersized big like this. Pogo Stick is gonna be very, very necessary. Then when it comes to the last badge, you can go Clamps, you can go Pickpocket, you can go Hustler, you can go Ball Stripper, you can go a lot of these badges. I will probably go Pickpocket. If I already had Pickpocket, I probably would go Ball Stripper or Clamps. It really depends like that, but yeah. You really can't go wrong with Pickpocket, but if you don't feel like you're gonna be reaching on ball, Clamps is probably the badge to go with. So yeah, that's going to be the best defensive rebound badge setup for this build. But yeah, man, that's going to be the best inside big man build in NBA 2K22. I showed you guys exactly how to make it from start to finish, from the pie charts, attributes, height, weight, wingspan, all the way down to the badge setups. I even show you guys how this is pretty much the only build that I've seen that has not changed since the patch. So yeah, man, if you guys want more videos like this, all you gotta do is smash, break, and destroy the like button, hit that sub button if you're new. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you guys want me to go ahead, since they've pretty much been messing up people's builds, taking people's badges off their builds, they messed up the build system with the height, weight, wingspan. If you guys want me to go ahead, like I did last year, since I didn't really like the game, I was like, people having to grind builds, like they was coming back from next gen to current gen. I know it's a lot of people having to remake their builds or regrind their builds because they just got their builds that they was already grinding messed up, that they already put VC into. Y'all want VC easy? Get 500 likes on this video and I got y'all boys with a VC glitch. Also, y'all boys want badge easy. Get 500 likes on this video if y'all want a badge glitch. It's that simple, and I can do that for y'all. Y'all just gotta show me how much y'all want it. And that's not really nothing too crazy because I could ask for 1K, I could ask for 2K for 2K, but that's not what I asked. It's that simple. But yeah, that's going to be the video. Like I said, like the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on post notifications to be the first to ever see my video, share the video to anybody. This will help. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man. And I'm about to be mad.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!